I thought it was done, but I guess not. There's a little bit more news for the new All-American season. From a Deadline article, each of the cast members have teased something about their characters for the new season. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video, what's to come for each of the characters in season 6. First up is Spencer. Daniel said that Spencer is very hyper-focused on the NFL now. His NFL dreams are almost like in touching distance. In high school, it was like a fantasy, and then now he's in college, it's kind of becoming real. And he's focused on rebuilding this GAU football team, but it's a little closer now. Daniel had called Spencer and Jordan's narrative one of his favorite storylines in season 6. They both love that football team. Their approach to what happens beyond the team is very different. There are different ways to it. College players have to face that choice. Do you do the whole 4 years of college, or do you jump to the NFL? Spencer and Jordan are on very different paths. Those paths cut across, then they separate, then they're crossing, and then they separate. It kind of causes tension because they're on the same team and they also want to win a championship. He said you're definitely going to see them butt heads. We saw some of that in the trailer, but you're going to see that brotherhood returning. I'm gonna be honest, before any trailers, I thought there wasn't gonna be any drama between Spencer and Jordan. It is, but like he said, they're gonna be cool again. Now you know there was gonna be a question in there about Spencer and Olivia. Daniel said they're still gonna make mistakes, but the one thing that they know is that they love each other. They know where they're going together. How do they navigate that in such dynamic professions as they plan? What happens when their objectives don't align? Now it's time to talk about Olivia. Samantha said that we're going to see them really show up for each other and just be in love. And also when we see Olivia come back, we will see her in this new light. She almost seems like herself again. She thinks her time in London was crucial for her growth and for her coming into her own as a young adult. She continued with, we're going to see her a little more contained and more thoughtful. She had a lot going on just over the course of the show and she's very layered. But Samantha thinks this is the most mature we've seen Olivia. She's going to jump through some hoops and she's going to hit some potholes. And that Olivia is going to triumph and just really show that she's come a long way and that she's learned a lot. That's something that we would want to see from the character, that she's matured more and that she uses what she learned from the past. Something does pop up in one of the episodes and it'll be interesting to see how she handles that. Next up is Jordan Baker. Michael said that he doesn't think that Jordan's going to try to go to the draft this year. He thinks he's just going to enjoy college life. Remember, that got brought up earlier when Daniel spoke on it. He wants to enjoy being an engaged man and focus on his relationship. And if the NFL still comes knocking, he'll give it another shot. He went on to say that Jordan can be a very petty person. Yeah, we know that. We've seen many seasons of that. So whenever something occurs between him and his coach at a certain point, he almost wants to go to the NFL just to spite his coach. That is something that he should not do. He should go because he wants to go, not because he wants to spite his coach. Because when he gets there, he's going to be questioning his decisions. So when that happens, Spencer ends up talking him off the ledge. Moving along to Jordan's fiance, Layla, Greta says that they all grew up together, which is a huge part of how they're able to continue to support each other. They're also growing together. A lot of the struggles that we see them go through this season are things that they started exploring early on. So they have a lot of experience being there for each other. You have to find ways to support each other because all of those things change and develop and they become more complicated as they get older. They're a solid group of friends, so they continue to step up to the plate. Once again, that's showing that they're growing up, and we probably seen some examples in the trailer, like when Coop is there for Spencer talking to him about his NFL dreams, and we know that Coop and Layla are going to be there for Patience. Samantha also mentioned that the female friendships, especially between Layla and Olivia, will shine in a bright way. Speaking of one of Layla's friends, Coop is more dialed in than ever on her law career, especially because it means helping Patience get justice as well. Breezy thinks that Coop has found something again to believe in after losing the hope of her ability to perform and be a musician. She's really focused in her school and her aspirations to be a lawyer, and added that she and Patience are trying to find their groove again after just feeling like they needed some separation. Patience stabbing undoubtedly made Coop lean in more, and she's on a mission to figure things out and just assist her in her healing as much as possible. Patience won't be the only person that Coop is going to be reconnecting with this season. Spencer and Coop will be rediscovering the foundations of their friendships as well. She said the love and passion for one another, the desire to see each other succeed, be that shoulder, those eyes, being that partner for him, that accountability partner for each other. All of them are chasing a dream. They want to get to the point, even at the closest mark, where they still doubt it. That'll be good to see. We saw the friendship between Spencer and Coop since the beginning, and it'll be interesting to see how their friendship is now that they're growing and being more mature. Another person that's close to Coop is Preach, and Kareem said that viewers should expect to see Preach really settle in as a teacher. He'll also be focused on continuing Billy's legacy in a big way, considering all that Billy did to help him get his job at South Crenshaw. He went on to say that Preach is actually taking that role very seriously, as far as knowing that this was kind of like the last thing that Billy was able to do before he passed to be able to get Preach a job as a teacher. Kareem said that Preach is very loyal and he's making sure that he takes what Billy has taught him and left him with to improve. Everything that Preach is doing this season is a tribute to Billy. There's unfinished work that needs to be done and he's going to make sure he does it in Billy's honor. I think this is pretty cool. I was wondering what they were going to do with this character since it seemed like his story was already complete, but it will be interesting to see him as a teacher and improve as a teacher over time. Moving along to Laura, Monet said that they've all had their time to mourn and move on, and she thinks we get to find them in a happier place, thriving. The kids are doing well. Laura started teaching and is now a professor, and she thinks she's finding her way in life without her husband. Here's something that I thought about. While we won't get to see Laura's reaction to Jordan's new engagement on screen, Monet thinks there was likely less cause for concern than the last time Jordan had got engaged. I wanted to see that reaction because everybody was wondering who ring is this, and it would have been cool to see everybody's reaction when Jordan and Layla told them that they were engaged. Monet added that she thinks that Laura has known Layla all her life and that was maybe something everyone kinda always knew that might happen. In a way that it was sort of natural, comfortable progression. She's sure that after the loss of her husband, any sort of loving union is a joyous thing. Now y'all know we wasn't gonna forget about Grace. Karima said that there's a lot of changes within the family, so she thinks that her character is just adjusting and finding the strength to let go. With Spencer on his way to the NFL, Grace will likely have some mixed emotions about her oldest son flying the coop and potentially leaving Los Angeles. She'll be visiting a lot probably, she laughed, and she'll definitely be excited because that was a lifelong dream of his to go to the NFL. Karima thinks that with any parent, just the idea that their child is getting older and making their own decisions, you have to learn to step back. That is true. When Spencer goes to the NFL, he's going to be on his own traveling around, and Dylan is getting older and he's going to be leaving the house soon too. It's something that we'll be seeing her adjust to and that she will get a handle on things after a while. That was a lot of good information from the cast about their characters, but y'all let me know in the comments. Based on what they said, what are your thoughts on it?